Stormwood and Associates is a production of the Nerd and Tie Podcast Network. For more podcasts from actual play to true crime to witchcraft, go to nerdandtie.com or join our community on Discord by finding an invite at nerdandtie.com/discord. Stormwood and Associates stars Nick Izumi as D, Gen Proc as Obi, Trey Dorn as Amy, and Kyle Johnson as Liz Stormwood. Previously on Stormwood and Associates. So, Stormwood Field Operations Team 623 has wound up in another universe, planet, something, on their very first day while in training. The Stone of Trancura, which Amy was going to lock into, cold storage, but got pulled away by Kel, that got stolen, and the team ended up pursuing the goblin who stole it. And the goblin who stole it opened up some sort of path to another universe magically, and the team ended up driving their truck through it. They recovered the Stone of Trancura, but it got cracked on the ground in the new universe, so they don't know what to do to fix it. So right now they are driving towards what they hope to be civilization, but they also have to be careful because of everything they know about this world. Humans get eaten, and Liz Stormwood is mostly human as far as anyone can tell, so Amy's only 3/4 human, so we think she's safe. Anyways, the team is right now trying to figure out what to do, and also Amy admitted that she used to date someone in a band. That's what just happened, to explain the context of this conversation.
I don't know.
I appreciate your attempts to bond with me, but this is getting awkward, and I'm going to start closing this bin now.
I dated someone in a band once. I mean, ska bands don't exactly come off as super sexy, but you'd be surprised.
I mean, were they in the horn section?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, okay, we all understand. We're not explaining that further in front of the 10-year-old, though. All right.
I got it. They were horny.
Sure. That's, yeah. Nothing about lung capacity. All right. Let's just, starts closing up the back of the truck. All right. So you guys get back in to the vehicle?
Yep.
Sounds good.
I don't think Obi got out. I think it was just talking through the window.
Yeah, that's true. The window's down, so yeah.
Yeah.
All right, and I'm assuming you continue to drive down the road?
Mm-hmm.
All right. As you drive down the road for about another 20 minutes, you start to approach a walled city. There's a giant stone wall. As you get closer to the city, the traffic increases. There are vehicles going in and out of the gates of the town. There are Yeah, it's they're a bunch of travelers going in and out of this place. You see orcs, you see goblins, you see elves, you see some dwarves.
Is it like carts and like semi-medieval?
Yeah, so like
kind of looking thing.
So largely, you're seeing like you're seeing largely pre-industrial stuff.
Okay.
You occasionally roll me a d10. Let's see
3.
what nobody notices. All right, yeah, it's largely you're like seeing like it's like Skyrim.
Wow, it's like Attack on Titan.
Sure. All right. So as you drive, everybody roll me a d10 actually, not just Obi. Just so Obi already got your roll, but everybody else.
Beep.
2.
10.
All right. D, you occasionally notice you spot one other vehicle leaving the city that it doesn't look like a car from your world, but you see like another vehicle that's not being pulled by an animal that is kind of like got like a couple of red crystals in the front of it, and like it's still like wooden wheels like a wagon, but it is an enclosed like cab and like a truck just driving down the road in the other direction.
Yonder horseless carriage.
All right.
Okay. Wonder if they got race riots here too.
What? Oh.
Race riots. They
Got it. I forgot my own stupid thing. For listeners who didn't listen to Campaign 1, that is a reference to a racing event, not actual race. It's a play on Race Wars from the Fast and the Furious franchise. Just context for the listener who might not have listened to Campaign 1.
But also go back and do that.
Yeah, go back and listen to Campaign 1. What are you doing?
Yeah.
Yeah, you'll get way more Gabo.
And you'll hear me get very frustrated by Gabo. I'm very mad at him.
Okay, so as you head towards the city, the gates are open. Like there are guard towers, but like no one's like actively checking the carts or anything going in and out of this town. Like it's a pretty free flow of traffic in and out of the city right now. All right, and
Okay.
it's a pretty big city. Like it's the wall goes like pretty much as far as you can see to either direction, and there are other gates further down the wall that you can see like people going in and out of. Like this is a well-populated area, and once you pass the wall, you're in a settled area, but it's not like densely populated. And further down the road, once you pass into the city, like the outer walls, there's like there's another wall in the distance that actually seems like more heavily guarded. But out here, like it's like there are like taverns and shops and like houses and like the actual business and infrastructure of like the kind of civilian part of the town. Like the whole area around the city outside the wall is all farmland, and there were tons of farmhouses and stuff like that out there. But this is the part of the town that like normal people live in.
This could be so much worse.
You are notably, of course, not seeing a single human. You are seeing halflings, dwarves, goblins, orcs, mostly goblins and orcs and elves, but you see occasional dwarves, occasional halflings, and maybe a gnome. And it's you guys are just like right now slowly driving down a cobblestone road in a town.
Okay. We should probably find somewhere to rest, or at least get our bearings. Probably don't have money for a for a hotel, since I don't even know what money is here.
Yeah, that's a challenge. Amy
We need to
just
find
looks
someone
at
who can help us repair the stone. That is the priority.
Yeah, but what are we gonna pay them with? You know, like I don't think they'll accept my Pokemon card collection.
You have Pokemon cards?
Yes.
That's cool.
I mean, I also have like a almost complete copy of the Grimoire of Alexander Stonefoot.
I don't know who that is.
He was a big dwarven mage wizard guy.
You said big dwarf.
So like there was only one copy that it was mostly intact, and the Stormer team made their own copy, and then I got a copy of that copy, and it has like some of the most like best ways to calculate ley line convergences in any area based on like solar cycles and like geographical stuff. And so if you don't know where your ley lines are, it lets you find the ley lines.
Could we use that thing to help us find a way back?
Yeah, if we had an operating Stone of Trancura, yeah, I'm guessing. But we gotta fix the stone first. But, like, I have, like, a bunch of magical texts because I didn't sell back my textbooks in college.
Cool.
Like, I don't know, like, we don't have local money, but, like, if we find, like, a magic guy who could help, like, who knows what their state of magical studies are here, right?
I mean, that magic rock came from here or something, right?
We don't know that. Like, the Stone of Trancura is from our world as far as we know.
Jeez, I don't even know where I can park around here.
You want to roll me a d10?
Yeah. Okay. Doot. Shit. 3.
Yeah, you're just not finding a parking spot. Like, seriously, every time you think you find a spot that you could probably park, there's literally already a wagon parked there. Sometimes one of the weird horseless ones is just parked there.
Can I totally investigate?
What are you looking for?
I am looking for like I'm looking like down the street and looking for any like of those old-timey like shop signs. Anything that might have like some sort of magic looking symbol on them or whatever.
Okay.
Obi's not quite sure, but like he kind of knows what he's looking for because he's looked through his dad's D&D books.
I mean, yeah, it's God, think about D&D in the world of the United States of Aramesia. Like, of course, magic exists within D&D because, like, bows and arrows exist in D&D in our world, and so, like, of course, if magic exists in your real world, you'd put it in your fantasy role-playing game.
Mm-hmm.
But man, all the spells would be different because, like,
Mm-hmm. And it'd be more of like a historical game
yeah,
at that point. It's not so much fictional; it's more nonfiction.
Well, there are races in D&D that don't exist in their real world. So
true.
And it's fantastical. There's probably magic system stuff that doesn't work in the real world that, like, is just like undiscovered magic is their theory, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, D&D.
But it would be more.
Different.
It'd be more nonfiction.
Yeah.
To them than our D&D is to us.
Right.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. I'm betting, like, Old West role-playing games are more popular. For some reason.
Probably. Or like space
Pirates.
games. Like
Pirates.
Yeah, pirate
Go full
games.
Watchmen.
Yep.
All right.
Looking the Star Wars.
Superhero role-playing games.
Oh yeah.
All right. So you're trying to look for any sort of, like, magical symbol. So okay. First off, just roll me a D10 real quick, Obi.
9.
All right. So the first thing, Obi, you're going to notice when you start trying to look around is that none of the signs are in English.
Mm-hmm.
That's a really good question.
I'm just looking for like a because a lot of times shops would have like.
Yeah. Tell me about Obi's family background. Like, how orcish are these orcs?
Pretty orcish. Like, both his parents are orcs.
Right, but, like, how much into, like, orc culture are they? Are they, like, how important is being orcish to their family?
Okay, so it's not going to be as important to Obi's like direct parents, but I think his grandparents would have been like, "Hey, you need to learn like the family history."
Okay. Okay, then I'm going to ask you to roll me one more D10.
Okay. A 2.
Okay. All right, so on a totally investigate, which we're going to take that's into account to give me 5 minutes rule. I'm just gauging how much, because, you know, I got to take into account Obi's background, but then also Obi's 10. So
yeah, so it's not all gonna stick.
So but he's got the observation skills to come along with totally investigate. He kind of sees a sign that feels like it means like something regarding magic on a shop up ahead. Like, he can't be completely sure, but, like, none of the other shops that they've passed by and none of the other, like, peddlers or things like that, like, seem to have, like, been, like, anything that he'd recognize at all, but he thinks he sees a symbol on the sign up ahead that looks like it has to do with magic.
Hey, Amy.
Yeah?
I think that one, and Obi points at it, I think that one has to do with magic stuff.
Okay.
I'm pretty.
You might be
yeah.
right. You might. It doesn't look unfamiliar. I mean, that looks a little bit like Jerica's cross. So yeah, maybe.
I mean, my grandma was trying to teach me orc stuff, but I'm not.
Yeah, no.
Very good at.
Let's. D, you want to pull over? D?
D.
Oh, yeah, of course. Sorry, this just... You know, you'd think they'd have some parking space. There are people driving.
Roll me a D10.
Good. We're good.
Roll me a D10. D.
Yeah, I'm speechless. I rolled a 3 again.
All right, well, good news. That was a parking roll. You managed to find a parking spot about 3 blocks away.
Well, that's all right. That's all right.
All right.
You still made a good first
Okay,
impression. We're
so
fine.
Amy, please grab the stone. Obi, stay in the car with
Do we
with
wanna,
D.
do
What?
do we want to grab the stone before we figure out that that's actually what they do?
Oh, can I use totally investigate again? I have a crazy idea.
Sure. What do you want to totally investigate?
I want to totally investigate my own backpack to see if I remembered to put in my English to Orcish dictionary.
Okay, so so Orcish language in Aramessia. Just for reference, for the history of the world, orcs came to Earth 10,000 years ago. There is not a lot of intact, like the Orcish words are not like a full intact language in our world, right? There was, besides linguistic drift, most orcs eventually like lost their root language. Only a few words and like important things still carry over. Some of them, it's just that more of them have to do with magic, because magic concepts came from outside of Earth, right? Like it came from another world. So you wouldn't necessarily have like a full Orcish to English dictionary.
Could I then?
Because it wouldn't be a full language.
Yeah. Would it be more better? Would it make more sense? Those are the words. For me to look for my notebook. Because my grandma was trying to teach me some of the Orcish language, and I wrote it down in my notebook.
Well, roll me a d10 for that then. That's what I'm going to say, whether or not you have it.
3.
You know what? I'm just gonna do my you do have it. Okay. I decided to set the challenge randomly by rolling my own d10, and that was I rolled a 1. So effectively, as long as you didn't crit fail that roll, you were fine. Yes, you have it.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna whip out my notebook and double check. And do I confirm?
You definitely see that one of the symbols is like the symbol for magic. It's Jericho's cross, which is a symbol that was largely used by an Orcish wizard. I'm not going to bother coming up with the full name of the rest of the person.
It's not needed.
It's definitely the symbol you recognized is 100%. Like it's an Orcish, like in Orcish history, like it is the term used like for all magical like enchanted objects.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, no, I'm sure. I got it down in my notes.
I think, Liz, that you should stay here, locked in the truck.
Excuse me?
Well, I mean, you don't have to. You can come with. I'm just like, for safety.
Gabo kind of made it sound like they're gonna eat ya.
Can't believe this. So what do you think? What do you suggest then?
Well, I mean, I was gonna suggest that the rest of us go check it out while you hide.
While I hide.
Well, I'm just like you can do what you want. You're in charge, not me. I'm just whatever you want to do. Fine. Okay, let's all go. Let's all go.
You know what? You think I should hide? Fine, I'll hide. You take the team. You go ahead. Yeah.
No, I don't like. It's you're in charge. I'm sorry.
This
I've
is
overstepped.
bad.
It's you. What?
All right, let's go. We're going.
Okay,
I'm going.
Okay. All right. So, is everyone's gonna go?
I guess.
She
Amy?
whispers to Amy, "Wow, great job back there."
I'm used to working for like Liz Stormwood. You can like say that shit too, and she doesn't get mad. She just smiles and says no if she doesn't want you to do that. Right? Like, I'm used to like if I said that to Liz Stormwood, and Liz Stormwood thought it wasn't the smart idea, she would just be like, no, smile, eat a granola bar, and then walk out the door with her like fucking grappling gun. Like, that's what I'm used to.
What kind of weird fucking job is this?
Look, I got killed on the job once, okay? Like, look, you just sort of deal with it. The fucking damaged thing that we have sitting in the thing, Hollowell disguised himself as my boss and then tried to murder me with it. And I was legally dead for like 15 seconds.
Hollowell? Like the Hollowell?
Yeah.
Right.
I was in the big battle also, you know, like I killed a lot of cops.
Nice.
Yeah. No. I will say that like once this is on your resume, you're not getting a job anywhere else. Anyway, so
Like I was keeping any other jobs anyway. Shrug.
I don't know, it was pretty risky insulting the fucking head of HR.
How the fuck was I supposed to know that the JPEG was the head of HR? Jeez.
I don't know, like read a newspaper. All right, you guys like arrive at the shop door. It is a small shop kind of tucked back between the neighboring businesses. The windows are dirty. Without like you can't really see into the darkened shop, but like there's a sign that well, I guess you can't read what the sign says on the door, but the door is unlocked.
Can I try to read it?
Roll me a d10.
Like, I don't know how much Orcish is in my notebook, but I rolled a 5.
Okay. No, you got no clue what that is.
Yeah.
Well, it might not even be like in an Orcish dialect, you know.
Yeah. Like, Obi doesn't know. Like, anything he tries to translate with the notebook, he hopes is in Orcish.
Yeah. I mean, you know.
If it's in another language, y'all are screwed. But Obi just, like, goes right in.
Yeah. So, okay, you enter the store. Amy follows you. I'm assuming everybody else goes in?
Yeah, Liz will stay in the back and pull the hood tighter around her ears.
It's a very dark store. There are small glowing orbs at various corners that provide just enough illumination where you can see yourself around. The shelves are lined with objects and like various items like of different kind of like almost like weird knickknacks with labels in languages you can't read. And as you it's almost like those weird aisles of Goodwill, like with like knickknacks all over them. Only like you're in a dark wooden store in like barely any lighting, but it's almost like that kind of junk is just everywhere. But you can't read any of the labels, and yeah, it's
Obi is instantly like fascinated and wants to look at everything.
Yeah, it's there's a counter at the back of the shop with a glass top and a glass front where you see other items are like prominently displayed behind it. And there's a door to a back room back there.
And there's nobody in there, right? Nobody in the
There's a
tending the shop right
there's
now.
a small bell on the counter.
Oh. Obi will go up and ring the bell and then get distracted by all the shiny things in the case.
All right, Obi rings the bell. A goblin woman with long white hair and kind of dressed in a green cloak comes out from the back. Skoflotskiti. Samfataki?
Oh, this is bad.
Samfatskati?
Hi. I don't. And
It's itki. She starts to mess with some jewelry around her. Oh, sorry. It's your outlanders. I did not have. I forget to activate my stones. Sorry.
oh,
Welcome.
that's cool.
Yes. Do you not have stones?
Well, we've got a stone, but it's broken. Can you fix stones?
Okay, so I don't have I sell and exchange in trade in magical items. It's no stones, but speaking stones I speak of. So you do understand me and
Oh, so you only deal in the speaking ones?
No.
Oh.
But you if you do not have speaking stones, I will have a hard time talking to you about items because you cannot read the warnings.
Oh. No, we're really just looking for someone to fix the stone we got.
I do not have I do not make items. I purchase and sell items. I
Oh.
have suppliers. I know people. I know people.
Do you know anybody who could fix a stone?
Yes, but he does not. Okay, so you do not have speaking stones yourself, though. You are a good young boy, good little boy. Okay, so I know someone, but he refuses to use his own speaking stones. So, do you speak the Uthra dialect?
No.
Then you will need speaking stones to speak to him.
How much would a speaking stone be?
Speaking stones. So you do not have speaking stones. Everyone has speaking stones. Why not have speaking stones? It would be okay. So I have. How many would you need?
How many is 4? How many would 4 cost?
Okay, so I would for 4. I would need probably about 10 Ruth marks. 10 Ruth marks, or I could take something in trade. They are not expensive.
Okay. Let me confer. I'll be right back to you, okay?
Okay.
And I'm gonna go to my party members and whisper at them what I've learned.
What the fuck is a Ruth mark?
It's apparently the money they use here, or part of the money system they use here.
Wait, didn't you say that they take a trade too?
Yeah.
Okay.
And she deals in magical items, so if you don't have any other...
That doesn't mean that
Yeah.
she'll only take magical items, right?
Oh, I didn't think of that.
I got stuff.
Well, okay. I don't think she'd want any of my stuff.
Okay, so wait here. I'm gonna go haggle with the goblin woman about stuff.
Speaking stones.
Yeah, no,
4 of them.
right. Four speaking. So Amy walks off and starts having a conversation with the shopkeep. And after a slightly heated discussion, walks back. I'm gonna go walk to the truck and back. Stay here, if that's okay with you, Liz.
Yeah, of course.
Okay, I'll be right back. Amy leaves, and a few minutes later, she comes back with like a small lunchbox. And she walks back to the woman, and she starts pulling out a couple of pieces of jewelry. And after a few minutes, Amy comes back holding still the lunchbox minus a few items, and in her hands, a number of small stones on chains. So she says, she looked at me like I was an idiot when I asked her how these work. You just need it on your person. You don't have to wear it like a necklace or anything. Just like anywhere on your person, and it will translate what you say, and will to other people and translate back to you what they say. And in theory, it should let you read things.
Okay. Obi takes one and starts reading.
Oh my god! So roll me a d10, Obi.
A 6.
All right, you are in an aisle that is full of items all about like increasing crops. Like plant this, bury this on your fields and it will double your crops, or like place this at the edge of your home to, prevent vermin from like infesting it, and like all of this stuff, like protection against rats, and like just like all this different like agricultural and like pest control items are what are being sold like in this aisle.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's gonna like keep moving.
Yeah.
He wants to see everything.
Yeah, it's so as you go throughout the shop, you find like luck charms, and you did like all of these are like hundreds of Ruth marks in their price. Like the 10 Ruth mark price for a speaking stone, for 4 speaking stones, was like nothing. Like these are the most common items in town, but like so Amy probably overpaid, but like all of this other stuff is like way like very expensive, but yeah, like it's yeah. All right, so the good news is that we can like talk to people now. So
yeah.
yay.
After Obi has gone around the store and looked at everything, just because he can, I want to go back to the lady. And ask her about her friend who can fix stones.
Okay. So I know a man. He lives outside of the walls. On the northern side of town.
Okay.
And he is very strange. But he lives at the house there. But he is usually found at the tavern nearby. He is he is very talented but eccentric. But so he can be found at the Quick Smoke Tavern.
Quick Smoke. Okay.
The Quick Smoke Tavern outside north of the city.
Could I get a description of kind of what he looks like?
Yes. He is an elven wizard.
Okay.
He is very tall, golden hair, very skinny. He has a strange mustache.
Oh.
He does weird things with waxing and curling at the end.
Oh, okay.
And his name is Piotr.
Piotr. Okay.
And he is not always friendly.
Oh.
So little boy, I want you to be careful if you go meet him.
Okay, I will.
But he is, if you have a damaged magical item, he is the only one who, and she's just looking straight at Liz, who would not necessarily be a risk to your friend.
Thank you.
Your friend walks a very dangerous game in this city.
We know.
She should not have come here.
We didn't have much choice.
But the northern end of the city is the safer side for her to
Okay. Thank you very much.
be. Yes.
And I'd like to leave her a single gusher in thanks and leave the shop.
She kind of leaves, looks at the counter, leans her head down, looks at it, sniffs, pops it in her mouth. Oh, that's good.
All right, kiddo. Get anything good for us?
Let's talk in the car.
Fine by me.
All right. So you guys are going to go back to the car. Everybody roll
Yep.
me a d10.
An 8.
3.
2.
As you guys approach the car, there's a large orc is just kind of looking at it very kind of curiously. And trying to look under the underside. So yeah, it's the orc is kind of sniffing the tires and the wheels. And he kind of pokes it with his finger.
Hey, back off.
Hey, what? This is... I haven't seen this model before.
Yeah, she's
The
pretty
wheels.
sweet, huh?
What's with the squishy wheels?
Oh, well, when you roll with the right kind of people, you get access to this kind of tech, let's just say.
What do you have? What's running this thing? You got a Sendari KX5 in there?
Oh.
Is this is that a triple crystal setup here? Where are the crystals?
Crystals, where I'm from, we're way beyond crystals.
Well, how do you store the power? Do you have to? This is weird, man.
Company secret, boyo. Maybe some other time I'll let you know. Winks.
Well, if you've got a minute, I know this great place up the road. Seriously, best mead in the quarter. If you want to talk about it, I wouldn't mind sitting down, discussing, travel wagons with you.
Normally
my,
I'd take you.
My brother's got a dealership, and he's got this sweet 6-wheeler, and that thing can go up to like 80 miles an hour on unpaved roads when it gets cooking.
Normally I'd take you up on that, but I'm taking care of some serious business today. You take care, though.
Okay, I'm just saying. Call me.
Okay.
I
You
mean,
know it.
and by that I mean yell my name loudly. My name is Horace Murderblood. You know, of the
Nice
Southern Region
name.
Murderbloods.
I get in the van and close the door.
It's usually more impressive. People find that impressive. My brother was
Wow.
Gragnath. Like the Gragnath. Worked for the ambassador. It's very important. All right. So I'm assuming you guys are going to drive to the north of the city then?
Yeah, as soon as we get in the car, Obi relays the information of the, get to the tavern, find this guy Piotr.
All right.
And then we avoid the murder bloods. That sounds good.
I know Greg
Fucking
wishes.
creep.
All right. Stormwood & Associates is a production of Nerd and Tie. You can find more information at nerdandtie.com/Stormwood. You can also find us on social media at Nerd and Tie on Twitter, nerdandtie.tumblr.com, and facebook.com/nerdandtie. This podcast can be subscribed to on anywhere that major podcasts are found: iTunes, Spotify, Stitcher, Podbean, and quite a few other places, and anywhere that takes an RSS feed as well. Hey, while you're still here, let me tell you about another podcast on the Nerd and Tie Network, and that's Let's Be Legendary. Let's Be Legendary, the Feywild West, is a 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons actual play game, so an actual play game like this one, but in a system people actually use in the real world. Set in a homebrew Wild West steampunk world, the Feywild West follows two people discovering what it means to be in a relationship, all the while seeking revenge and learning the truth of their pasts. Let's Be Legendary podcast is an LGBTQ+ podcast with both main and minor characters, as well as players falling under the queer blanket. A heavy RP game with a focus on story and characters. And you can hear it every week here on the Nerd and Tie Network, and you can find all of their subscription information and links at nerdandtie.com/legendary.